Hello and welcome to this wonderful woman of the Global Virtual Expo, Dimitra Mersinia, who is founder of M.I.N.D, that is Mind Your Health. She's a health and well-being strategist, clinician, and coach. Dimitra, hello, nice to have you here.
Thank you, Sigrid. Nice to be here.
Wonderful. So you're a seasoned clinician, coach, and mentor, and you've worked for more than 25 years across medical, dental, neuroscience, and corporate health fields. And today you're going to share with us visibility wins. Align your brain, body, and brand for unstoppable impact. Take it away, Dimitra.
Thank you very much, Sigrid. So, keeping in the theme with the expo, um, I just want to share one of the key issues that a lot of business owners, other professionals, they may face about being visible, about being in the market, and trying to grow their business. So the themes that I'm going to cover is how to win your visibility. So by resetting your mindset, resetting your health, and resetting your message. So the mindset shift for marketing yourself, we're going to cover why marketing feels uncomfortable for a lot of us and how to reframe it from self-promotion to service and leadership, overcoming the imposter syndrome and maybe the fear of exposure, and how to embody the confidence. So going from your resetting the mindset to resetting your body and health in order to show embodied confidence with your posture, your breath work, and your voice, and how this impact your presence. And then some practical strategies, some exercises so you can make that shift much easier. And finally, how to lead with authority to get your brand and your message in the most authentic way. So, have you ever felt uncomfortable putting yourself out there? Maybe you are worried about how you will be perceived or how you feel like an imposter in your own field. Does it sound familiar? Maybe you felt that you're not expert enough or put yourself out there. You feel exposed, that someone will question your authority or call you out as an imposter. If that sounds familiar, then you're not alone. And today, I'm just going to talk about that, how to overcome all these obstacles, internal obstacles to market yourself with confidence. So aligning your brain, your body, and your brand so you can step up as a leader in the industry. So marketing feels uncomfortable. And I know because it felt very uncomfortable for me for many, many years. So I've been through a lot of industries and have had the experiences. But talking about myself or my business, it felt that I just wanted to hide underneath a rock for quite some time. So as a health professional, we do have our restrictions, of course, which I had to follow. But also we are trained to focus on our own, don't advertise, don't compare, just get on with it. And it used to be just open up a practice, open up your clinic, and people who are in it, they're just going to flood in. Of course, it doesn't happen like that because being a clinician and running a business is very, very different. So if you were with me about 12 years ago, when I opened up my practice, I just thought that I would just carry on the same as in my previous jobs. I left hospitals or other private practices as sometimes I would not agree with the plans, or I could see there was so much more that I could do, but I was very, very restricted. But I was only focusing like on the other people, not so much like on myself. I never had a website or a social media, and I would go into business networking groups and was feeling very, very uncomfortable because I was thinking, I'm a clinician, I'm not a salesperson. Marketing is not for me. I cannot self-promote or brag about myself because marketing is bragging, right? So I would feel very exposed and vulnerable in those groups, frustrated and deflated and with fear of judgment or rejection. So I would not post in any platform. I would not speak out. I would have issues with my pricing, um, with pricing my services or my products. My message, it was clear to me, I'm here to cure, but it was vague to others. And I would compare to the other practices around. Um, and of course, your people do business with people that they actually like and they actually resonate with. But if you're stuck in your own little world and you just focus on perfectionism, it doesn't really work like that. So, who can relate to that? I think a lot of us can. So, all of these stems from some kind of disconnect. We want to be seen, but visibility triggers some fight, flight, freeze in our nervous system. So our identity as a helper or as an expert clashes with traditional marketing norms, which may feel fake or just performing to us. So years of stress and burnout or past rejection, difficult experiences make us showing up feel emotionally unsafe. So trying to market from this kind of dysregulated state leads to disconnection, confusion, and inconsistency, which actually shows up. People pick it up when we are in front of other people and or when we're trying to do our tasks. And all we want really is to feel confident and authentic so that we can attract the right people, the right clients without faking it. To trust, we want to trust our own voice and value, but we do not know exactly how to do that. So we constantly rely on external validation. We want to be consistent and present for this long-term growth, and we want to lead with purpose. And we want our marketing to feel meaningful and not manipulative. So how do we do that? The mindset shift, going first into mind. Marketing is not about self-promotion. It's about leadership. So when you are really, really good at something, at your service, or you have a really, really good product, you share your knowledge. You're not bragging, you're serving. So think of marketing as an opportunity to guide others, to be the expert that they are looking for, to solve their problems. Okay. So as a quick exercise, what you can start with is you can take a moment and write down 3 ways your work positively impacts others. For many, many years, the I could not see myself as having a great impact. I was just doing my job. I would have people, complimenting me, that thing you said, one word you said made such an impact, and thank you. And I would say, no, 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 surely not. Um, someone told me once that I was the best, the world's best kept secret. And I was like, I felt such a fraud. I felt, no way. This is, please don't say that. I could not take the compliment. And I'm just doing my job, you know? So you never know that with what one word you say, one little thing that you do for someone, how much impact, how much they can make their day, and they can make them smile. These thoughts that you may, or that sometimes that we have, recognizing these imposter thoughts before they sabotage your marketing is quite important, or any other area of your life, really. That little voice in your head saying, who am I to do this? There's so many other people doing exactly the same thing, and they might be doing it much better than me. That's imposter syndrome. And the truth is just devalues our confidence. But confidence is a skill, it's not a trait. We were not born doubting ourselves. So we can actually rewire those thoughts. Confidence comes with action and taking that action with courage. Fear the fear and do it anyway, because this is how we are growing. And just remember a very simple thing: your brain believes what you tell it. It's as simple as that. So small shifts in the language can rewire our confidence and anything else, really. And here's how to do it. Every time you catch yourself saying, I'm not enough, replace it, I have experience and I'm here to serve. You know what you're doing. You're the expert in your field. You've done your education. You've worked so hard. You actually, and you want to serve. So you just show that you've got the experience. Or sometimes you may say, who am I to do this? You can flip it to, who am I not to? So this is not arrogance. It's commitment to yourself and your craft. And instead of, I'm not ready, you'll never be ready. But you can start saying, I'm growing into this role. And instead of, I need to prove myself first, you can say, I already bring value with whatever I do. And to be quite blunt, and what I say to a lot of my clients, every time you find yourself saying, I cannot do this, or thinking, who am I? How am I going to be seen? How am I going to be perceived? Think about it. You're thinking about yourself and how you are going to feel and react. You're not thinking about your clients. And this is actually, to me, it's a disservice. So we've talked about the mindset. Now, how do we align the mind or the brain with the body? So we'll talk about how posture and breath work and voice impact our presence. And there have been a couple of other presentations already on this. So people are already talking about it. So confidence, as I said, it's not just mental, it's physical too. So your posture, your breath, and voice all affect how you show up. And it is not something that you wait for, it's something that you create. So for example, before any video, any presentation, or any networking event, stand tall, or in your power pose. I use my power pose is like the Wonder Woman. I love those films, so I just take this pose. Take a deep breath in that pose. So you take a slow deep breath, count to 4, and then exhale for 6 breaths. So you exhale for longer than you inhale. And then smile. Just release those 76 muscles for smiling. Because no matter what kind of mood you are, it would automatically lift you up and release those endorphins. It automatically releases that energy and uplifts your energy. Your body is telling your brain that you are ready. So stand tall, take the deep breath, smile, and then start. And then you feel the shift. So you are doing the shift from selling to leading the movement. And this is how you align now your marketing message. So people follow clarity and confidence. So think about it. Take a moment and think about, what is your expertise? Write it down. What is your message? A strong authority statement gives you direction. So, for example, if you have this sentence, you can fill this in. I help, then your people, achieve the problem, the outcome that you want, that they want, by how you help them. And you need to write this down and own it and put it somewhere that you can actually see it every day and every time that you are thinking how you're going to talk to a client. I would suggest, firstly, handwrite it, because the brain needs to see a visual evidence of what you're telling it to do, how you're directing it. And this is how you're rewiring it. And then the second thing, I would suggest to write it down 100 times. This is how you embody it. You write down the same thing, like I know it may bring trigger memories from school sometimes, but forget that. You are trying to rewire your message and you embody your message. That's how you become more authentic. Now, authenticity um, was usually associated with art. Okay, you look at a piece of art and you're trying to see through it, so you can see how genuine it is. But people are not trying to see through you; it's just trying to see you, and they're seeing you. They're trying to see your realness and your reaction. This is how your authenticity comes across. And marketing isn't about reaching everyone, it's about reaching the right people for you. So when you align your message with your strengths, whether it is, with writing, with speaking, or a video presentation, you attract those who truly connect with you. So as I said, people want you, your realness, your reaction. So think about it. What is your strength? Choose one way to show up today. So in summary, we talked about why marketing feels uncomfortable. And marketing often feels like bragging, but it's actually serving. How your expertise is valuable and people need to know about it. And the real reason you hesitate is fear of exposure or imposter syndrome. And usually we think, who am I to be the authority? And the truth is that people are looking for someone exactly like you, and they will find you when you show up. Reframing the mindset and going from self-doubt to self-leadership. So if you reframe marketing, instead of selling yourself, think about leading a movement. And don't forget, imposter syndrome is a sign of growth. If you feel it, if you feel that, anxiety or this gut feeling, that little knot on your stomach, and you start hearing that little inner voice, that niggling one, then you are stretching beyond your comfort zone. That's the evidence of that. So don't be afraid of that. Actually celebrate it and embrace it. Your brain believes what you tell it. So the small shifts in language can rewrite your confidence. We also talked about how your body sends signals to your brain with your posture, your breath, and your voice. And we talked about the quick confidence reset, the power pose. So science shows that 2 minutes of an open posture, like a power pose, reduces the stress hormones and boosts the confidence. It's a chemical reaction that happens instantly. So practice that before a pitch or a webinar or any networking or marketing activity. So with a practical strategy as the confident exposure, go and do a recording of a 60-second video, just 1 minute video, sharing one tip in your field. You already know so much. And you know what you need to tell your clients or your clients need to hear. Just 1 minute, then post it. Go public, even if it scares you. The more it scares you, the better it is, and the more impact it's going to have, because you're going to show the real you as well. Repeat it weekly. Start weekly, then doing it maybe every 2 days, and then maybe daily. The more you expose yourself, the more natural it becomes. It's all about practice. So I'm making available a confident marketing checklist as well, where you are redefining the marketing as leadership, how you are reframing your limiting beliefs, and talking about the body language and the breath work. So regulating the body with the 4 slow breaths, exhaling longer, resetting your story, and reconnecting to purpose. So you would be asking yourself, first thing in the morning, how can I help today? How many ways can I help them, my clients, my people today? Take a micro action, post, pitch, record, and not from perfection, but from presence. And when you do this, you're embodying your message. And when you show up regulated, confident, and clear, people feel it. So your words will land differently. Your energy will shift, and your presence becomes your marketing. And you're no longer trying to be invisible. You become impossible to ignore. So marketing is an extension of your mission, and the more you embrace visibility, the more impact you will create. And that is about
That's
how you improve
wonderful.
your visibility.
That is fantastic. Dimitra, I think the practical tips that you have given us throughout your presentation are so valuable for anyone listening to this. So I really appreciate your sharing those deeper insights and giving those very practical tips for everyone. Thanks, Dimitra. That was great.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.